Welcome to another episode of WCW in 2001. We are slowly making our way to Bash at the Beach. I think we've got this and then one more episode and we will be there. I'm pretty sure. But things are starting to happen. Things start piping up. We're slowly getting through it all. It's just kind of, once I hit 2020, once we hit 2002, that's where things will kind of go a bit more in my way a little bit. I think that's what I'm building up to, keeping a good steady pace until up to 2002, and then once 2002 happens, that's where the building will start even more, and I think we'll be able to be able to start building WCW even further up and start getting more fans. Hopefully, that's the plan. But that's for the future. Let's do it right now. I think we're in the Bob Compton Center again. Because that just seems like the easy go-to at the minute. It's a good enough attendance sort of thing. We're not too far off it normally. We normally mostly fill it, so it's not a bad one. Right, let's go straight into this episode. So, of course, we start off with a promo where this time Canyon comes out and he starts and he talks about last week, saying that DDP had a good week, but that will all come crashing down. So, and then, no, just whatever, jabbers. DDP music hits and he comes charging into the ring, but Canyon does just roll out. DDP demands for the match right now instead, but Canyon declines and he puts a challenge to DDP for tonight. That once again he will choose DDP's opponent, but this time adding stakes. If DDP loses, there will be no pay-per-view match. The pay-per-view match is gone. DDP versus Canyon is no more for Bash at the Beach. But if DDP can win, he will get to choose the stipulation instead. And of course, DDP accepts the challenge for a pretty decent 65. Mid 60s to higher is what I'm pretty happy with most of the time. I think that's what we should be getting with the really weird mix of people we've got. So 65 and up is I'm quite happy with. Next, an 80. Sorry, holy shit. We have Rob Van Dam defeating Juventud Guerrero 9 minutes 34 by pinfall or frog. This is what I want this match to be. Absolutely killing it. 80 from RVD and a 61 from Juventud. I put it on Still the Show because I think this is the sort of match where you go, boys, go out there, Still the Show in just under 10 minutes as well. Is fucking perfect. But RVD does get that win with the 5-star frog splash. But we go post match for a 65. Again, really happy with that. As Juventude's in the ring, it's just a bit down from losing the match, a bit defeated. Where WCW World Heavyweight and United States Champion Booker T comes out and he talks to Juventud, asking if Juventud is ready for this Iron Man match. If he can't get one pin on a Nitro, how is he going to get a pin on the champ at a big pay-per-view match? Does he actually think he can win this? And he just stands up and this kind of riles him up a little bit, takes the microphone off Booker, and he goes, yes, there will be losses. Doesn't matter what. But with each loss, it builds more fire. And when it does come to the right time, he will be able to pull out the win and become champion. And Juventud Guerrero walked away. Booker putting that, I don't know if it's like an heelish way, but it's like a concern where it's like, do you think you can do this? He was like, yes, I can do this. Nice little promo altogether. I thought this would, I think this story is doing pretty well so far. I'm quite enjoying this. I think Hoover's busting out the right sort of ratings for me at the minute. He's like high 50s to like low 60s, and it's just give him a bit of a build as well. And it's the sort of ratings I'm like, because I think because the more pop he gets, the more his ratings, his segment match ratings and stuff will get as well. So I'm pretty chuffed with that altogether. Next, we go backstage. This looks like it's massive, but not really. It is just the full-blooded Italians, Little Guido and Johnny the Bull, just talking about bringing legacy to their family. They can't let him down, saying that no one can stop him, and promising that they will be future WCW World Tag Team Champions. Again, another team putting the tag team division on mark, saying they're gonna be future tag champs. What a lot of people have been saying recently. Next, We have a tag team match where the Drunk Dragons defeat Shane Helms and Billy Kidman in 8 minutes 23 when Jimmy Yang pinned Billy Kidman with a corkscrew moonsault. Holy shit. After Billy Kidman accidentally wiped out Shane Helms. Accidentally got wiped out by Shane Helms as well. 49 from Billy Kidman, 59 from Shane Helms, 44 from Kaz, and 40 from Jimmy Young. Steve Corino could have done a better job at putting this match together. I did not know he was a road agent. He is a wrestler. That's a bit shit. But as you can now see, Steve Corino has been signed. He was kind of something for not the future, but he is there as a hand for when I need him, because I've got people signing. I'm just not going to use them yet because I've got stuff planned in the future. But next, we go post-match where the Riot Syndicate beat down Shane Helms and Billy Kidman, where Jimmy Yang and Kaz holds up Helms and Kidman to Joey to both give him that fucking kick to the side of the head for a 40. I always like that kick. I think it looks devastating because Joey did it so well, and I think it's a really good full stop moment altogether. Next, for a 57. That's okay. Backstage in Shane McMahon's office, he is saying how things are starting to heat up, and he has a match to announce for Bash at the Beach. But is interrupted by Finley, saying he feels like he's just waiting around and he wants a fight. And Shane, no, he tries to stop Finley talking about it, but both Finley and Shane are interrupted by PG James, who believes he should be having some sort of title match or talk show segment, just being on the show somehow. And Shane tells them both to shut up. It frustrates them. He shouts at them both, shut up. And he goes, if they want something, if they want to be on the show, they can try and do it together. And he turns to both and goes, you two are now officially a part of the tag team division. Figure it out. And Shane walks off, a bit like, weirdly, like an angry dad, is my thinking. So Shane has put PG James and Fit Finley together, basically a bit fed of them two moaning at him on this one night, two of them at the same time. So stuff it, you two can figure this out together as a team. 57 altogether. Next, for 49, was not so great, but Kurt Hennig defeated Jason Jett in 3 minutes 35 by pinfall with a fisherman suplex. 35 Jason Jett, 61 from Kurt Hennig. Just a nice little match. Kurt Hennig does all right. Normally it's high 50s, low 60s. So give him a win. Give him at least a little bit of momentum. Might help me out in the long run. So hopefully this will, again, help me out. Next, we go backstage for a 50. What I'm pretty happy with, where we are with Christopher Daniels, and he's talking about how everybody needs some sort of help. And that is what this company needs. Help. Daniels is that help, because at some point he promises he will become cruiserweight champion. He doesn't know when, but he promises it will happen, and it will be bringing WCW to that next stage. Just a nice little promo from Christopher Daniels, seeing how he does. I'm a big Christopher Daniels fan. I think he's fucking amazing, so I want to give him that little bit of a push. Also, it's early 2000s, so this is like a couple of years out from TNA where he really gets that push, I believe, even though he got it in Ring of Honor as well, but like TNA really like gave him some fucking really good matches and moments, and really helped him bring him a bit more to a crowd. So that's what I kind of want to be the early TNA for Christopher Daniels, because I just think he's so good. Next, we go to a match where Cyclops, submitted Road Warrior Hawk with the Rocking Horse after interference from their new manager, James Vanderberg, aka James Mitchell. There's a nice little tag match, 53 by Road Warrior Hawk, 57 from Road Warrior Animal, 38 from Damien 666, 40 from Cyclops. Just a nice tag match. These two are getting on a little bit. Road Warriors are getting on a little bit, where these two aren't as much. So let's try and help these two by getting a win over these two. And let's try and bring the different sort of characters that are in the tag division as well. Because a lot of wrestling is about characters and shit like that. So showing the like Mad Max sort of post-apocalyptic sort of characters. That's what in my head, that's what they are. So like the spooky, scary sort of characters. Just trying to show, look, we can have a bit of depth in our tag division is kind of the idea I'm going for there altogether. Talking about like it's a fucking real crowd watching it. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking game. But anyway, hopefully you lot understand, and hopefully everybody who's watching is understanding. Next, for his 64. I'm pretty well happy with. We are backstage once again, but with Shane McMahon in his office. And he talks about, right, now he's got the time. There's a lot of teams claiming that they are going to be future tag team champions and saying they deserve a title match. So at Bash to the Beach, there will be a number 1 contendership match. A gauntlet match. No, so a gauntlet match is winner stays on with Air Raid, Cyclops and Damien, Skipper and Romeo, 3 Count, Drunk Dragons, the FBI, Full Blood Italians, Drunk Dragons, Stasiak, and the Road Warriors. Another match setting up, just a little one, just to name new number 1 contenders. I will say this now, how I'm going to do this, it's going to be a lot of little matches, basically. Next, we have Chris Candido defeating Hugh Morris in 5 minutes 58 by pinfall with a diving headbutt. 54 together, it's not too bad. 49 from Hugh Morris and 46 from Chris Candido. Hugh Morris is one where I just don't really know what to do with, and I'm a fan of Chris Candido, so I'm going to give him a nice big win over Hugh Morris, hope to push him up. I just don't know what to do with Hugh Morris at the minute. Like, it's kind of just a little bit of a body at the minute, so I'm not really sure where to throw him. I'm a bit stuck with him at the minute. But for now, he is giving Chris Candido a pretty nice win altogether. Next, post-match. Yeah, for a 42. We have Chris Candido grab the mic and start talking about Davey Boy Smith, saying he doesn't deserve the big welcome that I got. Getting made out that is this big deal. You know, he never won that top title. He was a mid-card guy who was the OK one in a tag team. He's a man of the past. And not even a good one of the past either. And he says he is the future. This, of course, causes Davey Boy Smith to come out very, very quickly, but is also stopped by the referees and backstage staff trying to calm Davey Boy down, whatever. But while Davey Boy Smith is being held back, Chris Candido is trying to wind Davey Boy up as well at the same time, making him angrier and angrier and angrier. And the referees and backstage staff manage to push Davey Boy Smith all the way backstage again for a 42. Next, we go backstage with Elite Skipper and Kid Romeo, where they talk about the pay-per-view tag team gauntlet match, saying none of these teams are good looking enough, athletic enough, and just altogether not worthy of the title match, of being number 1 contenders. Just again, hyping up this tag team match, trying to get all the teams to kind of, like, as many as the teams possible to kind of talk about it, because I think that's quite important for them to kind of put their two pence in. Because to me, that's what makes sense. 37 not great, but still the crowd is still very hot. What's a good thing? Next, a 22. And it's slimming down. That's not good. Christopher Daniels defeats Lash LeRoux and Kid Cash in 5 minutes 30 when Daniels pins Lash LeRoux with a rolling cutter. 26 from Lash, 51 from Christopher Daniels, was pretty good, and a 42 from Kid Cash. Lash was really off his game, so maybe they get a higher 20s, low 30s, whatever, but it doesn't matter. This match was not good for me at all. Oopsie. That's not good. Next, 56, we're still on simmering. That's not great. Backstage, Jeremy Borash is interviewing DDP and asking him how he feels about tonight's main event, where he is once again going in blind. And DDP responds that he will win no matter what. Because this is more than just being the better wrestler. Canyon's made this personal. So DDP needs to get his hands on Canyon. If that means beating whoever Canyon puts in front of him, he's going to do that. 56 segment. Next, 46. Team Canada defeats Air Raid in 4 minutes 41 when Lance Storm dismantled AJ Styles with a single leg Boston Crab. 52 from AJ Styles, 31 from Air Pirates, 51 from Mike Awesome, and 62 from Lance Storm. Oops. An okay match altogether. This is not cool. I was doing so well for the whole show in that one fucking match. Okay, match altogether, but we go post where we get a 46 again, bastards, where Team Kano grabs the mic and talk about how they weren't pinned at Great American Bash, if I was remembering that right. I'm pretty sure I'm right. And that's why they are the next in line, and that's why their focus hasn't changed. And of course, the WCW World Tag Team Champions, Natural Born Thrillers, come out, and they're already sick of Team Kano complaining. And they said they're fighting champions, and they're going to prove it. So if Team Kano wants another title match, they can have another title match at Bash of the Beach. Basically, setting that nice little tag team match up. Team Canada's got a point why they deserve it. Natural Born 3 is showing they are fighting champions today. They welcome on all challengers. Next, we go backstage with Shane Helms and Billy Kidman, where they are arguing whose fault it was about the loss earlier in the night, and then getting attacked after. But at kind of the end of their little bit of bickering, they promised that they need to focus on Tajiri and the Ryu Syndicate until the pay-per-view, where it's a triple threat for the Cruiserweight title, and it's every man for themselves for a 40. Next, DDP is in the ring, ready to go, and Canyon comes out and he says he has DDP's opponents, because never said it had to only be one person. So he introduces Mark Drindrag and Sean Stasiak to both face DDP in a handicap match for a 48. The match itself gets a 50. What's okay? Where, of course, DDP defeats Drindrag and Stasiak in the handicap match in 7 minutes 50 when he pinned Sean Stasiak with the diamond cutter. 60 from DDP, 44 from Sean Stasiak, 34 from Mark Drindrag. Just a different sort of match, just a different sort of way to go through the story altogether as well. But of course, we go post-match for a 65, whereas DDP celebrates his win. Canyon once again comes running at him with a chair, and once again DDP ducks and goes for the diamond cutter. But this time, Canyon managed to push DDP away and roll out of the ring, managing to get away for a 65. And the show itself gets a 60. That's not great. Wish it was better than that. I was hoping that 80 would have really... Look at that 80 down there. Look at that. Look at that. Man, that's a bit annoying. I was hoping that 80 would kind of lift it a little bit, but... Yeah, well, it is what it is, isn't it? But I hope you enjoyed. We have one more episode of Nitro, and then we are at Bash of the Beach. I think this is like episode 11, I want to say it is, and then Bash of the Beach is episode 12. I could be wrong there, though. I might be a couple of off. I don't really know the episode numbers until I start putting them up on YouTube and stuff, because of how rare I do that in between. I never actually quite remember, because life just kind of gets in the way most of the time. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Goodbye for now.